Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to get started in about 2 or 3 minutes, just giving some people a chance to hop on the call. So hang in there with me and we will get started here in the next couple minutes. Thanks. Right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Brittany Franson. I'm Field Marketing Specialist in the East Bay. Today, you're joining me for a Boost by Homespotter class. We're going to be focusing on some pro tips on how you can nurture those leads and what you can do with them after you get them with your listing concierge package. So as a reminder to you, please do mute yourself. If you do have a question, feel free to raise your hand or put it into the chat and I will address that question. And then, of course, I am recording this class. So at the end of the day today, you'll receive a recap of what we covered today, the slides, as well as a link to the recording. Next up, we're going to talk about today's agenda. So today we're going to go into where to find your leads, what you can do from the Boost by HomeSpotter dashboard. We're going to talk about cleaning up the list and importing it into InTouch and Clients for Life. And then we're going to really deep dive into how to reach out. We're going to talk about emailing, social media, and online, how you can reach out to those leads. And then we are going to go into a live demo that I'm going to do for you guys, show you where everything is, how to kind of clean stuff up, answer any questions that you may have, and then hopefully send you on your way around 3:15 today. So first up, the Boost dashboard Boost is actually, so starting with when you get a listing concierge order and you have a Boost by HomeSpotter ad on social media, so on Instagram and Facebook and the web, it generates leads for you because it is a gated landing page. And what that means is they're directed to a page that says, please provide your information to unlock pictures, to unlock the information on that particular listing. So you're capturing leads and you're able to manage those leads from your dashboard. You're able to change your advertising if you'd like to. And then of course, that's where you can export the leads. And in the live demo, I'll show you where all of that is. But if you're not aware or weren't aware, Boost by Homespotter is actually Homespotter Boost on Desk. That's what it's titled, is an application on desk that you can access at any time and be able to manage any ads that you've had run in the past or ones that may be currently running with a listing concierge order you've had. When we import those lists into InTouch and into Prospect Square, I've just got some information here and some step-by-steps if you're not super familiar with InTouch and adding groups and contacts there. It's a very
Brittany, you're muted.
Wow, super rookie mistake. And whoever just told me I was muted, I appreciate that. Let's start over. We've all heard the reminder, so keep your microphones muted. If you want to ask a question, raise your hand or put it into the chat again. I apologize. I am recording this, so if for some reason you've got to jump off, I will send a link out to the recording of the class a little later today. Apologize for that, you guys. All right, starting over. Today we're going to talk about where to find your leads. We're going to talk about cleaning up the lists and importing them into InTouch and into Prospect Square for Clients for Life. We're going to talk about some different ways and different ideas of how to reach out to them because, of course, you're only going to have their first name, last name, and email address. So we're going to talk about how we're reaching them online. And then I'm going to go into a live demo and answer any of the questions you may have. So the Boost dashboard is available to you on desk. It's called Homespotter Boost. It's actual application. So once you've placed your listing concierge order, your listing advertisement has gone out online, you are able to go in and manage that ad if it's still running or to export the leads. And I'm going to give you guys a preview of what that looks like. I put together just some steps here for you if you're not super familiar with InTouch and creating groups and adding and importing contacts. Some pro tips here for you, what you need to have. There's also a template as well, so if you want to take your big list that you get from Boost and put it into a template to get those matched fields, you're able to do so. And then there is like a couple of things in here. So sometimes InTouch will flag an email as an error email or as a not good email address. And so if you run into that, to reach out to your field marketing specialist or your sales support administrator so that we can provide you with the support to get those contacts added. So first up, we're going to talk about email marketing. And there are tons of templates for you to use in InTouch, in the Marketing Center in InTouch. So there's actually an entire section of templates that are already ready for you in the Buyer Marketing CB. So there's 134 different results you can get from the InTouch Marketing Center under Buyer. And the reason I'm pasting this mostly on Buyer is because we're pretty much thinking that somebody that clicked through to look at the pictures for this listing, to look at the information on it, more than likely is going to be somebody who is looking to purchase a home. You might have one or two that are a neighbor and recognize the address, something along those lines, but 9 times out of 10, you're looking at marketing these to buyers. So there's a lot of different buyer templates that you have. There's a Buyer Guerrilla marketing campaign as well that's in there that you can set up and set it and not forget it, because the Buyer Guerrilla marketing comes with a tasks for you to do as well as the email campaign itself. On top of that, what we want to do is we want to create an InTouch listing alert. We know that they were interested in this property. We kind of have an idea of what their price they might be qualifying is going to be. We've got an idea of how many bedrooms and bathrooms they're looking for, and we know what area they're in. So we know what zip code they are looking for. Those are all the information, the criteria that we need to successfully create a listing alert to be sent out to them. I know a lot of you probably may kind of go back and forth between using InTouch and using your MLS to send listing alerts. But the idea behind working these leads and keeping everything in one spot is what we need to think about. So using InTouch to send out the listing alerts, especially to these contacts, is going to keep everything and all their information in one spot and be able to take a look at what their activity has recently been. This is an example, if you've never seen a listing alert, this is an example of what comes out on your behalf from InTouch to these particular contacts. When they click through, they're driven back to your website, and they also get a list of other properties that may be similar to what they're looking for. So it's a great way. If you've never done a listing alert in InTouch, I encourage you to go in and set it up for yourself, for you to receive one, so you can see how that looks when it comes out, what you click back through to, and just make sure everything's functioning and everything from you looks professionally done. After you've put them into InTouch, after you've sent them out a personalized email, and then once you've got them on a listing alert, then you can go ahead and add them into your Clients for Life campaign. You do not want to make the first effort to reach out to these individuals as a kind of giveaway, sort of like fun Clients for Life. Two reasons behind that. One, you don't want to just mass email a bunch of people who do not recognize your email address, because you're going to get flagged by that email provider as potentially spam. Second reason is you don't want to have this be the first connection with them. You do want to have it be professional. You want to be providing them with information that you know is specific to what their interests have been online. So once you get them into InTouch, once you get them onto a drip campaign or a listing alert, then you can add them into Clients for Life. In addition to the email marketing that we can do to them, we can also look for them and friend them and ask them to follow us on social media. We know their first and last name. We know where they're living because our advertisement targets a specific zip code. So we're going to pop in, we're going to do what I like to call a little bit of cyber stalking and see if we can't locate that person and ask them to be our friend and who follow our social media sites. And you can do this on whatever site that you are frequently on. I mean, if you want to do it on Instagram versus what you see here with Facebook, even if you're into LinkedIn, that's more of a professional platform, you can definitely like them there and stay in contact with them there. What's great about that is once you've friended them, once you can see their information, you may be able to divulge more information about that particular person, especially their phone number, and other interests that they might have, some kind of reason that you could start up a conversation with them, or even more so, nurture that relationship and make those touches. And then once you've got your contacts, once you've got these leads, you can actually start creating a lead list to target market with a personalized ad on Boost by Homespotter. So if you're not aware, there's two types of Boost by Homespotter ads. There's a listing ad, of course, that goes out with your listing concierge orders, or you can purchase a la carte for any live listings that you have. And then there is the personalized advertisement. And the personalized advertisement is $99 a month. There's no long-term commitment. You can create your own advertisements, which I've got the ad dimensions here for you. Or you can use the ones that they have generally made for you. They've got some different backgrounds and pictures and things like that that you can choose from. Now, a lot of people aren't aware, but you can actually, even with your listing advertisements, upload your sphere list, upload a farm list, upload the lead lists from Boost by Homespotter and continue to market to those specific individuals that you either know are in your farm or have engaged with you with a past advertisement. So this is just another way for you to kind of follow up on the ad that they've already clicked through on and include them in the new ad that you have, either for your personal ad or for your next listing. So this is just a kind of really smart way. It does take a little bit more of your time to start completing and creating that list and making sure it's uploaded into your ad. But you, as well as targeting a specific zip code with these ads, you can target individuals. You just need their first name, last name, and either their phone number or email address. And of course, we get that email address with our Boost by Homespotter lead. Okay, so I'm going to pop into the demo. I'll open it up if anybody has any questions. And again, I apologize for being muted for the first couple of slides here today. I hope I'm not rushing through, but I'm a bigger learner from doing and showing in actual life than slides. So if you ever join me, you probably won't see as many slides as maybe some of the other trainers, but I do want to give you guys all the information that you need. So as you can see, I've got Boost by Homespotter, and I always say Boost by Homespotter because that's the name of it, but it's Homespotter Boost here on desk. So if you're looking for it, you can go into Add Apps, and it will be in alphabetical order. So you want to look for those H's in the Add app. And then when you get into Boost by Homespotter, you get taken to your dashboard. And for today's purposes, training purposes, I'm in Desi. She's one of my beloved agents in the Walnut Creek office, and I appreciate her letting me use her as an example here. Now, what I want to first bring to your attention, so this is a list of your ad campaigns. Now, you're going to see here it defaults to the last 30 days. So it's only showing me ads that she's run in the last 30 days. If maybe your listing was a month ago or 2 months ago and you haven't actually come in to try and work these leads, all you need to do is hit that drop down menu and go to all time. And it's going to give you all the ads that you've run with Boost by Homespotter. Now we can automatically see how many ad views were there were for this advertisement, how many click-throughs there were, and then how many engaged. Now clicks are going to be where they click in, and then the 17 is where they actually have divulged their information for you, or they also engaged also includes if they've commented or liked a Facebook or Instagram Boost ad. So moving on here, what you want to do is locate the listing that you're trying to export your leads from. And you're just going to pop into view. All right. So again, we've got 4,526 ad views, 266 clicks, 17 engaged. We get an example here of what our ad looked like when it was on the web. You can view it on the web if you'd like to click through there. You can see where it was, what area was targeted with this advertisement. And then to grab our engaged, we're going to go over to the engaged page here. And then I'm just going to hit this export leads. Now I'm going to show you two. I'm going to show you what it looks like when it first comes out of Boost. And they have been working really hard to remove any duplicates that you may see here. This is a little bit older of an ad, but this is the first thing I want you to take a look at because we do have quite a few of duplicates in here. Now, it's not necessarily a duplicate of that particular client when they entered their information, but perhaps that lead actually added or looked at the advertisement multiple times. So you're going to get that each time they've engaged with this listing advertisement, you're going to get a line item for them here. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to clean up this list and I'm going to remove a lot of the columns. The only information I really need is the first name, last name, email address, and you want to open up this phone just to make sure you're not losing any phone numbers. But most of the time you're not going to see any phone numbers in here because it's not something required to view more about that listing. I've got this list already cleaned up, except for some of the duplicates. So I'm going to open this one up and we're just going to go. So once I've cleaned up all those columns, I just want to remove the different lines or rows here with the duplicate contacts, which is pretty easy to do. But if you are not comfortable with Excel or you're having any issues, please don't hesitate to rope in your sales support administrator or your field marketing specialist, and we can take care of the actual importation for you and cleaning up your lists. So I'm going to save this to my computer, and then first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my InTouch account, and I'm going to create a group list. So I want to have my group ready for my import already. Adding groups, super simple. All you need to do is come over to contacts, go to that manage groups, and then once you're on this page, pop in what you want to title that group. Most of the times with these boost leads, if I've been helping agents out with them, I've just been going by the address of the listing and adding those people to that group here. So once you've added your group, you can pop into contacts and then go to import contacts. You're going to start an import, and then you want to choose your file, which is that comma separated file in your CSV file, and then choose your file from your desk. You just locate this agent here. Okay, boost leads, open. Okay, once I've got them in there, I'm going to map my fields. So for this one, it's capturing actually pretty much all of them. But if you did see some empty, target area here, you can click into edit and choose which field you'd like that information to feed into. So for this one, it is their email address. So we're going to keep it with email address and save. Same thing with mobile phone number. If you wanted it to be, say, their house phone number instead of their mobile phone number, we could go with home phone and swap that over. You can also choose to not import if you'd like to. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and save that information and hit next. At this point in the process, what I'm doing is I'm going to say, what the status is. So I'm going to put these as warm because they've had some engagement. I'm thinking these are mostly buyer, but we're going to go to maybe buyer sellers. And then this is where I get to choose that group that I want to add them to. Once I've found that group, hit next. And all I need to do at this point is verify that these contacts have opted in to receive emails from me. They have opted in to providing you with their contact information. So you have the okay to click a check mark there and then hit import. Now, the bigger your list, the longer your list of contacts or new leads, the longer it is going to take to import. So you may want to, go make yourself a cup of coffee once you've done your import and then go on to this next step that we're going to be talking about, because you may not be able to view those contacts right away. So in order for me to now, I want to send out an email to all of these new contacts that I've added to this group. And I just want to introduce myself, say thank you for taking a look at that property, and that I'm going to be starting them on a listing alert. I'm going to go over to my all contacts page and go into my filters and take a look at my different groups. And I'm just going to pull up that group that I've imported everybody into and hit search. So this particular group has 9 people in it. And in order for me to email all of them at the same time, I just need to select all of them and then hit send email. Start composing. I could give my email a subject line, and then I want to pop into the body of the email and put together my email. I've got a template or two. If you are interested in taking a look at that, please let me know, and I will send it over to you. It's not something I really want to include in the recap because I feel like this portion of it should be something personalized by you. It's your very first touch after the advertisement to this person, so you want to make an impression, and then pop that subject line in, let them know you're going to be sending them listing alerts. Thank you for taking a look at my property. We sold over asking, or we sold it in a couple of days, whatever your message might be for that particular listing, and hit send. And you can actually email all of these people at the same time. So that's going to make this portion of it really easy. The next part is a little more difficult, and not difficult in the fact that it is a difficult task to do. Difficult because putting somebody onto a listing alert needs to be done individually. So if you've got a really long list of people and you want to send them all the same information, you may want to think about going the route of sending a market report for that particular area versus the listing alert. But the listing alert, if you have the time to do it, is something that's really been productive, especially for this agent. And so this one only had 9. You can add them to a listing alert right here from the all contacts page. You just pop in and you would create that listing alert. And what that looks like is this. So this home was in Concord. The name of the home is something for you alone. It's not something that the client sees. So this is the name of the search. Email subject line is what they're going to see though. So Homes made it again, very personalized. Homes for Jelena by Desi. We want active listings, how often they're going to receive it. So for something like this, and with the way that our current industry, what supply we actually have for the demand, you might want to go with as soon as available. What type of listing? Of course, it's going to be a for sale, probably not a rental. And then if you want to receive a copy of it, I don't really encourage you. Most of the times I'm going to encourage agents to get a copy of it, but you're able to pop in here and take a look at it all the time. And if they click through and go back to your website, you're going to get those notification emails that they're active on your site. So you'll have an idea of when these are rolling out to them. Put in what area I wanted to send it to, so that zip code or the Concord area. What the price max was. I usually go maybe like, I don't know, 20 over the, it depends really on where the price point is, but maybe 25,000 over what that past listing was, and include all the properties under that. If you had particular 3+ beds, 1.5 beds is our minimums on those, and then what type of properties they'd like to see. If there was anything really specific to the home, say it had a pool or something along those lines, you could add that here. But again, we're trying to get as many times and as many touches to this contact so that we can convert them from a lead to a client. And usually that takes anywhere from 12 to 25 touches, so 12 to 25 reach outs from you before they're converting to more of a client relationship with you. And then hit save. And you've got a listing alert that's going out. You don't have to think about it anymore. It's information that you know they want to receive. We started this up with this particular agent. We had this go probably about a month or 2 ago that we set this up. They've had Tammy here, who's viewed 6 properties. We've got 1 view from Joanne here, or Joan. We can see when their last activity was though. So this is their activity. So contact, open a listing search email 2 days ago, and listing search updated by agent, which of course me, 1 minute ago. So you've got some engagement here. They're opening these emails up 11 days ago, 4 days ago, 3 days ago. You've had 6 views by this particular, by Tammy. And you can see that the ratio here, even after only out of 9 people, you've got some really great engagement. Out of 9, we had 4 from this who have actually clicked through or opened up the emails from them. The rest of them are still receiving the emails. They haven't opted out. We haven't got an unsubscribe, which goes out with every email, which is great. But we've got some pretty good turnover here. I wouldn't necessarily call it turnover, but we've got some great engagement right off the bat. So you can tell that these are pretty warm leads. And just this is going to keep them interested in what they're needing. These people actually, so Tammy and Joan came in, into their account, and they have updated what they're looking for and their price that they're looking for, and that will update their listing search too. So this is some pretty great information to have. They added that themselves. They're actually engaging in this. And those would be the people that I would sit down and get my cyber stalking skills going on and try and friend on my social media and contact and get their phone number and add that in here. We can take a look at the other group that's in here. I don't know if I have this one active yet, but let's take a look at it. And so this one still, we've got our list imported, but we need to add them to that listing alert. So I'm going to pause here for a moment and see if we have any questions out there, if anybody has anything for me. Looks like, David, how long should you be on Boost by Homespotter before becoming a client for life? I would just say at least one email to them personalized from you, so that their inbox isn't recognizing you as a spam email address. So one or two. If you set them like this, if your very first steps are send that personalized email, adding them to the listing alert, and then add them to clients for life, you should be pretty safe. But great question. Any other questions out there? Feel free. Now, one thing I do want to say is, we've had these Boost by Homespotter ads for a while. They for almost a year and a half now, I want to say. We added this in as opposed to just doing a boost for our listing concierge packages. I want to bring to everybody's attention these very low-hanging fruit with these leads. And also, if you are an agent, you're totally working on mostly sales, or the listing side, and you're not really trying to work with a bunch of buyers, you may want to work with a newer agent in your office, provide them with these leads, let them work these leads, and then work out a referral, referral fee for providing them with these leads and working with them. So that's an excellent way, if you're not interested in working these, that you can give somebody the opportunity to do some business and also make some money. Or Laura, like Laura says, you can call her. She will work them for you. Okay. Well, if we don't have any other questions, I wasn't planning on showing people how to import into Prospect Square for the clients for life. I think we all pretty much know how to do that, but if you do need some assistance, just let me know. I'll send you a recording of a class I've done for Prospect Square and adding them to the Clients for Life campaign there. But get out there, get to work on at least setting up a drip campaign with the listing alerts and staying engaged with these leads. You don't ever want to discard business opportunities. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me today. I did think we were going to only take about a half hour, but I always like to let you guys have more time. So with that, I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. I will send out a recap here shortly. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much for your time.